Hi, I'm Jordan from Digidile, and welcome to Pathway to Improvement, where I watch my old Quickplay matches and review what I did, giving myself 3 things I did right, then 3 things I did wrong, and then a score of 1 through 10. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so right off the bat, the major problem is that, well, it's not major, but I have my shield up even though I know that none of the enemies are right there to attack us. I could have easily saved some time and moved myself forward faster. It was a nice touch there trying to block the Symmetra turret so Anna could take it out, but I digress. Alright, so next thing that kinda needs to be covered is, while right here I am doing well and staying with my team and keeping the shield up behind and to keep Reaper safe behind us, I'm not paying attention to the fact that in the top right screen it shows that half our team died. So here I am with Reaper just going ahead, and while Reaper goes back, I stay in and try to capture the point alone, which in itself is a bad move. Meanwhile, I tried to block that Reinhardt's hammer with my shield, which in the spur of the moment is kind of understandable, but at the same time, I should have known it wouldn't work. You can even see that I say in the chat right there, where'd everyone go? So this is just a textbook example of not being aware of your surroundings and what's going on. If I had stayed with my team, I think things would have gone a lot better, but, you never know. So this next move isn't exactly bad, but it's more questionable, I would say. I could be going out there to help my team straight to the middle, but instead I opt to go up and around, so they get a less direct line of sight on me. But at the same time, I still charge in alone. I get to pick on the Hanzo, but it doesn't really matter much in the long term because I left Symmetra and Reinhardt, who are arguably much bigger threats, because Symmetra can, she can lock on, and then Reinhardt just does 75 damage per hammer swing. So arguably it would have been smarter to focus one of them, but at the same time I didn't go through with that, so it's a little late now, but that's what this video is for. Right here coming up is actually a really good play, which I will end up getting play of the game for. As you can see here, I killed the Genji, Fire Strike the Tracer and Zenyatta, just come in hammer swinging, killing both of them. I feel like I have a better play later on, but I don't decide what gives play of the game. So, coming up next, we capture the point after getting rid of the Hanzo, and then it's kind of smooth sailing for a bit. I want to use this time while we capture the point to say a few things I've done well so far. I was just the right amount of aggressive right there when we pushed in. And I'd like to think that while we are pushing ahead, I do an equal amount of just well thought out, because as you can see, there's a Tracer firing at us from there, and I'm holding up my shield to defend the D.Va without a mech, and what was Reaper. And now, as they can all see us from there, we're pushing forward with everyone behind me, which is good. I kind of fall off. I kind of try to follow my own thing instead of pushing straight through like it was the original plan. And I try to get the Ana to follow me, but it doesn't really work that well. Since Sombra just activated her hack, we can kind of see that they all have their ultimate, or not all of them, but a few of them. That was just a stupid mistake by me. I don't know what I tried to do, but I accidentally pressed shift, and so there's that. I think most of my major problems this round can be summed up to me being overly aggressive. When I first charged in, the first time I tried to take the point, I died almost instantly because I was just being too aggressive. And then again, when I killed the Hanzo, I was just being too aggressive. Right here, I think I do okay, holding the shield up just to kind of get myself here. This is when I try a little tactic I like, where I go around the side and then Earth Shatter them with my team backing me. I have my friend and who's playing Junkrat, and then our team's D.Va right there to back me up. I get to kill on the Hanzo. I try to get Zenyatta, but it doesn't really work out that well. Oh no, it does, but sorry, I was thinking of earlier in the match. Then we get counter Earth Shattered, where I die instantly. But we tried to make a push, so it was at least a bit successful, I'd say. So that was kind of a mistake on my part. I think I should have focused on Reinhardt more, but then again, at the same time, I didn't know he had his ult ready. I guess it was just, I don't want to say out of my control, it just was an unforeseen variable in this situation, I guess. Not much to say through here, just trying to get myself back to the point. I would try to get my team to group up with me right here. Doesn't really work well. I see the Genji over there, shield myself as I'm going across, doesn't save me from the Fire Strike. Even though the Genji has his ult, I take the time to hunt him down because I'm pretty sure Sombra just hacked him. get the pick on Genji, which could be helpful in most situations. Having someone to stop harassing your backlines is pretty good. Our D.Va charges in. I follow slowly, just kind of shielding myself just in case, which I feel that it would have been smarter. Here's kind of a big mistake on my part. I get cornered by both their Winston and their Reinhardt and try to charge away, but end up hitting the wall because I'm not paying full attention to what I was doing. Which is, again, just a big problem of awareness of surroundings and what's going on while you're doing this. I feel that if I paid more attention to what I was doing and what was going on, I wouldn't have as many problems, which, again, also ties into me being too aggressive. I'm too aggressive because I think that I have more leeway than I do. Like, for example, I just took 2 Symmetra shots right off, and I don't even think to just stop and like try to get healed maybe. Thankfully, my friend, who's now playing Mercy instead of Junkrat, is there healing me up as I try to take out the Winston. Just slowly advancing down the middle against the Pharah, the Reinhardt, and everything. I probably could have dipped back and let my shield charge behind a pillar, but I decided just to go straight in. We get hammer struck, and I think, yeah, we get a good half our team dead right there, which is not the best thing that could happen, but I digress. I'll let it take the time that it takes to get back to the point to say that while I could very easily be also reviewing just the overall team gameplay of this, I am not counting that in because this is a reflection purely of me. I am not here to critique other players. So, yeah. I have my Earth Shatter ready, so I try to go around the side again because that worked so well last time. And, right off the bat, just there's a Symmetra turret that's not going well for me. I managed to break both of them in one hit, which isn't surprising by the size of his hammer. Symmetra goes down in a few hits because Reinhardt can 3-shot any hero with 200 health. 2-shot Tracer and D.Va without her mech, but so on. I managed to get a nice Earth Shatter off here. I go for the Pharah, she's the annoying one, kill Tracer in the same hit. Reinhardt's still up. I try to block his hammer again, which is, again, a dumb move because you can't actually block his hammer with Reinhardt's shield. It was more of a spur-of-the-moment thing. Nice ult by D.Va getting rid of the Symmetra right off the bat. What that Pharah did was actually really smart, because it's like, something I've noticed is that a lot of people try to hold on to their ults and save them for when they can try to get something like, oh, a big play of the game moment. But in reality, like, you won't always get those moments, so I know I might be sounding like a broken record with every other Overwatch YouTuber here, but just using your ults when you think it's going to be useful is probably the best thing you can do. And just got charged by that Reinhardt because I wasn't paying attention, which is another situational awareness thing that I could, work on. One thing I thought I would explain is why I keep pausing is I have this bad habit of trying to get out of the kill cam as fast as possible, see what's actually going on with the match, and I don't really have the timing down for when is the right time to press it, so I will try to instantly skip to what's going on while I'm dead, which is, kind of a bad thing, but whatever. I tried stealthing around the other side this time, which, as you're about to see, worked horribly. I tried charging in, I get the pin on the Reinhardt, I don't kill him though. I just kind of wasted my life with that one. Pharah is doing good, as you can see here. Yeah. So, that's kind of another big thing, is I've been watching a lot of Reinhardt VODs recently, just to kind of see how other people play him. There's usually a big problem is not knowing when to be the right amount of aggressive. As you can see here, I get too aggressive. Moving on, this is when we started to make our last big push. I actually waited for my team this time, which was probably one of my better decisions this match. My friend has gone Junkrat now, so he just kind of gets here faster. I decided that going on the middle probably wasn't the smartest thing, which is good because I probably would have died since no one was behind me. Going through the tunnels with 2 other high damage dealing characters while I am a basically a bullet sponge is probably a good idea, or not probably, was a good idea. And adding in the healer that I didn't realize was there at first just makes things even better. Pharah, I believe, does a rocket barrage coming up. I would die right here if it wasn't for D.Va ulting a few seconds earlier. I launched my ult, hit Tracer, but she also gets caught in the trap, so it doesn't really matter. Managed to get a sweet double kill there. The Zenyatta just was unlucky. Well, this right here with the symmetric kill right on top of it, I think that should have been play of the game instead of the play from earlier that I mentioned, but, you know, whatever. And right there, that's game. So on the things that were done right and things that were done wrong. We'll start with wrong just because it's easier to point out your mistakes than it is to praise yourself, unless you're a narcissist, but... So, I needed to be way more aware of what was going on, first of all. That was a major problem I saw this match. Second, I was both wrong and a right. How aggressive I was all over the place, basically. Like, sometimes I was too aggressive, other points I wasn't aggressive enough, and finally, I just took too many risks. There was too many moments during the game where if I had just been safer, I wouldn't have died, or I would have been more helpful to the team. So, moving on to what I did right. I believe that for every time I used my ult, it was a good use of my ult. Like, I would at least make it, set it up so my team could do something every time I used my ult. Whenever I would attack with my team, we did really well. So that's another thing I did right. And then back to how aggressiveness we both are wrong and are right. There were times, like, that when we captured the first point and when we captured the last point, where I was just the right amount of aggressive and managed to do things right. Overall, I would give myself a 6.5 out of 10 for this match. What do you think? Did you notice something I missed? Would you rate me differently? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.